Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over and update some other assets. I got GBTC on my screen right now. I'm going to go over that and explain some things. I've had some videos previously that I did probably back in like June, July, maybe August timeframe, possibly even some before that, where I was looking for a structure or a pattern in the market for potential, let's just say, possibly like a melt up for some of these assets, if you will, or a nice thrust. Okay. So I'm going to explain to you that some things are probably going on. A lot of people aren't paying attention to and reading the markets. Now, I want to make this clear. This is all going to depend on what's going to be happening with the traditional markets, guys. Okay. It really, really is. The even the Dow Jones, the SPY, and the Nasdaq. Okay, Qs, whichever SPY, SPX, whichever chart you want to look at. So that's going to be vitally important for what they are going to be doing. So it remains to be seen over the next couple, 2 or 3 weeks, what the SPX, Qs, and stuff. If it does, perhaps, if they are perhaps going to be going bullish, okay. Let's say they go down, do a correction. It's not going to be some sort of massive dump as bears project. Then that's going to change things over here in assets like what's on my screen, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and obviously some other altcoins. Okay. So originally I had this months back ago that this was a pattern that GBTC was doing. I was looking for a bottom on this asset over here. So what the deal was is that, it was first there and then it actually came back down here. So in my opinion, I think we had a little bit deeper than expected correction for an asset like this. One, because the issues, no, there's some issues, Digital Currency Group, and on what's going on with this. I don't think this is going anywhere. If anything's going to happen, this is probably going to be bought. So I'm not really too concerned with it. And neither is what's her name, Kathy Wood. Neither is she. She bought a lot of it, so she seems to think it's going to be okay. I'm more siding with her too. I think she's probably going to be right. I think she bought some in this area for like $9 or something like that. Not doing too bad for her fun, or whatever she bought it in. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Is I had this pattern in here, okay, and this pattern is similar to some other assets too. I'll show you a couple examples. Now, I got a point to this. This is going to relate to Ethereum mostly and a little bit of Bitcoin, but mostly Ethereum. I got some other assets, though, right here. Here's Cardano. It's just making a massive one. You see, I made a video update on Cardano. And is this going to be going on? Something like that? It could be, guys, in 2023. Here's Litecoin. Litecoin, same situation with Litecoin, except Litecoin is a lot more bullish than Cardano and GBTC by far, because it's already, I think it almost hit $100 here. The thing is with Litecoin, guys, is that this pattern right here, I was watching this pattern and it did this thrust, and then you have a similar type of pattern. However, with Litecoin, I think the pattern's bigger. So you got a smaller, you have one here, and then you got one here. And this pattern is a little bit bigger, if you will, right? So we're expecting a correction to start coming up with Bitcoin and in the crypto market and also the traditional markets, okay? But here's the thing. If this is a little bit bigger and it's coming down to do a correction, is that telling me that this thrust is going to be a little bit bigger over here? Potentially to take this out over here, or at least hit that trend line. I'll take that out, come even right there with that. That's what I'm checking out, guys. And there's a good shot that that could be happening. Okay. Maybe something similar over here with Cardano. Cardano, for me personally, I'd be in a hovering pattern, waiting for it, looking for the right opportunity. It still has proving to do. Now come back over here to GBTC. Is it doing the same thing? Is it doing the same thing, same type of pattern? Okay. So I'll go over the bearish scenario. There's a third wave peak, and it did this massive correction over here. Okay. So GBTC in this area You see a lot of people talk about this in the cryptocurrency market, that back here in February, March, and April, May, they go, oh, that was the actual top. GBTC topped when almost all other cryptos topped too, and they've been this massive correction. But this is a legitimate pattern. And then this pattern, and then there. Just like with Litecoin. This is a legitimate pattern. Okay? Just like with Cardano. This is a massive, legitimate pattern. They do exist and they do happen. You can't deny that. You can see those you see these all over the place. These are just on a massive, massive scale, right? So, is it doing that? Now, here's the worst case scenario. I'll give the bears the credit. You're going to have a 50% retrace on this leg if it's bearish, okay? You have a 50% retrace just to, let's say, 21, and then GBTC is going to, you see this leg over here? This would be like ABC. Here's a connector wave. I would expect it to go up higher personally, and then you're going to have another one over here, similar in size. Maybe not as deep, but it's going to take the same amount of time, okay? So you have a wave over here that took almost 2 years. Swings back up, and that's what the bears do. You're going to have a 2-year wave. Probably won't go that deep. Probably back down to $3 or something like that. But up in a wave, and then 2 years more that way, guys. Or say 18 months, more or less, okay? I don't think that that's going to happen, but you just never know. You want to keep that in the back of your mind on this pump over here that could potentially be doing. However, if GBTC is potentially going to be maybe thrusting up to these areas, okay, just beyond those areas, then, so what's going to be happening over here on the monthly chart with Ethereum, guys, okay? That's a monthly candle. That's a bullish candle. See, the things that I'm noticing with Ethereum, I was trying to explain this to some guys, is this a second wave correction? It could be, or it could be a fourth, and it's blasting up for a fifth. Ethereum is definitely set up for it way more than Bitcoin is. So it goes back to this. Are these setting up for a thrust? Is Cardano setting up for a thrust? Is Litecoin setting up for a thrust? Back to Ethereum. You know, this right here, 3, that was a 40-day, that was 40 days right there, and then it went up. And see, my issue is with Ethereum, which is a good issue, is that this wave just corrected here. It stayed on top of that area, putting that channel just like this, guys. Okay? But this correction back here, this was 265 days, 40 days. Okay? This is 400 days. Okay? So, you can't rule out this. Third wave extension, fourth, and then back up for a fifth. Okay, you cannot rule that out. That's a possibility that I'm looking at, okay? And this could really thrust up pretty high. Even if it's a corrective bounce, I think Ethereum is going to get pretty darn high, guys. Here's the thing, too, is that this pattern, you see this pattern kind of like right in this area? You know, it kind of reminds me of something kind of like that, too. You know, you have kind of a mess in there, and then over in here, you have a little bit of a mess, too, is what I'm looking at. So, I'm definitely not going to deny that I might be overly bullish making a video like this. But the facts remain is that having all this confluence coming together with a chart like this, chart like this, a chart like this, is that there's going to be there's a good shot that could be happening for other assets like this, guys. So, here's the USDT chart. I want to go over USDT dominance chart, okay? This is hanging down in this area a lot longer than I expected, but here's the areas. It's still in a fourth wave. It could be, guys, but there will be a retrace. Maybe it's already started. Maybe this whole thing is the fourth wave, and it's going to do possibly a retrace over here and swing back down for that fifth wave, just like this. So we can see something over here to get this up a little bit and then swing back down. So what does that mean? Let's go over to, say, Ethereum, back down, correction where it is. Let's go to a 12-hour chart with Ethereum. Okay, here's Ethereum, guys. Let me clean that up for you. Here's Ethereum. And Ethereum on this 12-hour chart, in my opinion, is setting up real nice for another thrust. And the optimum position for Ethereum is to stay right here, come and land. Previous fourth wave, right? So here you have Ethereum. It looks like Ethereum 1-2, third wave peak, and it knocked off that fifth. And now it's 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and maybe 1-2-3, or 1-2-3-4-4-5, and a wick down in that area back up. Okay, is what I'd be checking out with Ethereum. But either way, in this 12-hour chart, guys, this is what I'm checking out. Ethereum is doing a really nice job of resetting that cycle. And it gets down there, it's going to be pretty obvious to me that if you have it there and you have Ethereum right here like this, here in the RSI, right, in that wave sequence, and it comes back down, and it's in this area, might take some time, guys. Then you're going to have, a nice amount. Let me erase this down here. I'll show you. Down here, guys, to drag this down, okay, maybe even a little bit lower, and it's down there, guys. Ethereum be ready to make another thrust, okay? So that's what I'm going to be checking out on the long side for Ethereum, guys. It's coming together. So far, so good, okay? You can't rule out, like I said, you can't rule out, the bears are going to say this is ABC, it's done, and it's coming back down, okay? Ethereum right now, though, according to this RSI, it's not really set. It's not setting up to do that. It's not setting up to do that, okay? Really for the dump. It could have dumped from here. It could, but you're going to see it set up and maybe a third wave dump, and then boom, boom. If that's a flat, that's what I'd be checking out right here. Say it's wave 1, comes back up for a 2. It could dump really good for a 3, back up for a 4, boom. And it could bring that back down, but it's just not setting up for that, in my opinion, guys, okay? It could from here. It definitely has room to go, but it remains to be seen. So what's that going to be right here for this? What is this telling us, okay? Now, again, this is going to matter in traditional financial markets. So you got the DXY right here. Everybody's still paying attention to the DXY. It hasn't hit that yet, and it's just slowly making its way down there. But I think the DXY is pretty bearish, guys. And then you might have a little bit of a retrace. The traditional markets go back down, do their thing, and then this is probably going to continue, in my opinion, guys, in this area for the DXY, okay? This is a real bearish signal right here, what it's doing, guys. That's pretty bearish, but you want to pay attention to that, the USDT dominance chart, and you want to pay attention to your other charts too. What's this? This is a pattern. This is, like I said, this is a pattern that I put on my videos before with these assets, that this is a pretty good probability that could be going on. Here with Litecoin, let's take a look at Litecoin, right? Came back down, corrected it, 3-wave swing. Here you got a wave up, a 3-wave swing, a wave up, a 3-wave swing, and now it's doing that similar pattern. So could this be some sort of fourth wave? It could be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but that changes everything, because if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, and it's going to make bullish divergence, then Litecoin swinging up for 3 waves, and it's going to do another one over here. That won't be good for Litecoin, okay? More than likely, though, guys, look, to say Litecoin's going that bearish, okay? So you come here in a weekly chart. Come here in a weekly chart, right? Okay? Here's its highest peak right here, okay? This is the highest peak for Litecoin. So this is the 5th of the 3rd. There's your divergence right there. It came down, corrected it, reset it, okay? So right over here somewhere is supposed to be a 5th wave, okay? And it doesn't have it yet. So more than likely, this is part of this extension of this 5th wave. And then you'll have more than likely something like this, in my opinion, for Litecoin. So this over here, it's got that massive wave. It'll correct it if it gets nice and deep in that RSI, and it can thrust up again, right? Just like so. Just like so. and then boom, 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 boom. And because it's diagonal, it can still take that wave out. Okay. Not taking these out. Okay. Not taking those out. And then with Litecoin, you have your fifth wave. Your 1, 2, your 3, your 4, and then this will be your 5. And then I'll have a correction over here, guys, just like so. Kind of like XRP, guys. That's what I'm expecting with XRP. I think XRP is doing the same thing. I don't have it on here. Same thing with Cardano, guys. Same thing. Boom, 5, and then it's correction back over here, probably to that fourth wave area, just like that. So if Cardano makes this pattern like this, guys, Cardano will come back up and it'll correct all the way back down here to 25 cents, and it'll be way up there, guys. So just to let you know, it's what I'm checking out with these assets over here. It actually looks really, really good. Ethereum is actually looking pretty darn decent. It's weaker behind Bitcoin for the time being, but I showed a chart in my previous video, the ETH BTC chart, that Ethereum is setting up to overtake Bitcoin and be running a lot better than Bitcoin. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.